Hi there, this is Sofia DiMauro going over my assignment 2-4, improve and finalize your chat box, which is the project final submission. So I'm just going to go in order of what to submit. So first, a brief introduction of my chatbot. So when we were first approached about the chatbot and how we wanted to personalize it for the whole semester project, I thought of being a student here at Penn State, about all the other students in my co classmates and everything, how school is very hard to balance and can be consuming at most times. So knowing me personally as well, obviously it's me, but I sometimes struggle with motivation and sometimes I need reassurance. So I thought this would be a great project to implement some of those things. So the scope of this project was just to bring some reassurance and organization to students' lives in a very fundamental and basic level. Because again, this is all new to me, so I couldn't really make it as complex as I wanted to. But this was a great dip in the toe in water, whatever the saying is. But it truly opened my eyes to what could I potentially improve it. But my chat box is basically going to be here to help suggest ways to schedule, manage, or just break down a student's issues and problems they have, as well as being here to motivate and reassure students. The expected users are students like me, but it can also be brought out past students, brought into like the workforce and past college and everything, where just like day-to-day life, with scheduling, just like going grocery shopping to working out, like anything in that sense. And the motivation reassurance could be not just about school wise, but it could be about mental health wise as well. So I'm just gonna quickly demo my chat box. So here is the GUI form. Oh, let me just move this center. The colors are personalized to a sunset color because it's cute and everything. So we're gonna first go off by saying help, which is the start of the chat box, which implements the dialogue manager. So the first greeting or start state would be the test box saying, hello, how can I help you? So then I'm just gonna show how in a case where someone inputs something that doesn't revolve around the scope of my project, it will just implement another state. So I'm just gonna say hello again, which is shows the chit chat response. That it isn't really correlating to anything in this project yet. It's chit chat. It's just to show there's another state. So now I'm gonna say I need reassurance. What is the matter? So this is the first state, which is just trying to get a toe of or an idea of what the person, the user needs. So I'm going to say I am homesick. Then it goes on what do you need reassurance on? I need reassurance on my commitments. So here it's showing me one of the alternative outputs using the dialog state table, dialog manager, as well as a slot find Java code. It outputs, you got this. I'm here to motivate you to so and so. Now I'm just gonna go on and say I need help with management. Again, this shows how um, the code always has it backed up and it's always looking at the previous output and just showing like what it prioritizes. So here I'm just going to run it one more time and show a different alternative of what I can output. So I'm going to say that, hello, I need help with management. Oops, spelled management wrong. Why do I keep spelling time? Help with management. What is the matter? I am anxious. So now it shows a different output saying make sure to manage so and so. So it's pretty much going to say like make sure to manage your anxiety as a report. So now moving on past my chatbot, I'm just going to go over the reflection questions. So the first one is what is the most satisfying part of this project? The most satisfying was definitely making the code work. In some instances, especially in the beginning when I wasn't sure um, what this new code and what this project was about. The coding was kind of hard, and I had some times where like it wouldn't compile correct, or my intended output wasn't the indeed output, and I had to go back and change it. So definitely the satisfying part is like the now, how since the beginning, like it continued to work and it continually satisfied me. And now I'm very satisfied with my end all project. And compared to where I was in the beginning and now my knowledge now, it's very vast. And now I feel as though like I do have a basic understanding of chatbot, which will help me fundamentally grow in this area. The second one is what is the most challenging part of this project? Definitely that I've never knew what chatbot was before this. I recently took Java classes in the previous semesters. However, they never introduced a concept like this. So this idea and this code, so like dialog manager, the slot filtering, all of that was new concepts to me. So just learning that and being able to adapt to a new type of code was definitely the most challenging part. What did you plan to do but didn't manage to finish? So I really wanted to make it more complex in the sense like the responses back were more personalized to what the person was inputting. But as I went on, again, the most challenging part was how I really never knew what chatbox was, and these new types of coding was kind of different to me. So I didn't manage to figure out within the span of the semester how to necessarily make it more complex and more personalized. However, with what I got to do and what I got to finish in my final project was very, very rewarding. And I did make it the best I could. What did you learn? I've always had a good understanding of Java coming from high school, learning basic levels of Java, then taking classes here. I've always understood the concept and like how to apply myself to better understand Java coding. But within this class, I learned all about chat. I learned about how user interfaces are very, very different to what I usually code, which are just like a bunch of like algorithm questions and everything. Um, but this chat box can be so personalized, and especially with the introduction of AI, can be vastly improved and such a great resource to have. And also, I learned a lot about project creations and the idea of iteration projects, how throughout this whole semester we went back to our beginning project and just kept implementing new code and new projects within that same code. So that creation of our project, I learned a lot about that and how it's important to make sure step by step everything works, because as even though code is very temperamental, and if you do one thing wrong, it can script your whole code. So by doing this incrementally, this project showed me a lot about the whole project creation. Now, the final question is name at least one thing we can improve in the future of IST 261. So this is my second time taking this class, but with a different professor. Compared to my last time I took this class blows it out of the park. Truly, like I had such a great time with this class, and it never necessarily put so much stress on me that I couldn't figure out what I was doing. The teaching team and professor was very, very helpful. and very understanding of us students being bombarded with a bunch of mental health issues and like other schoolwork. Like this was a very, very good class, and I think classes should be more like this in a sense. But one thing I think we could improve was more in-person mandatory classes and maybe more extra help or like extra code, not always like relating to the project, but maybe just like on the side, like just an extra code that we can look at as an example. But then other than that, I truly loved this class. And I just thank you all for your time. And I hope you have a great summer.